Okay, you guys want to talk about CEO? So in case you guys don't know, CEO was held in Daytona. Was Daytona as fun as the Daytona song made it seem? Dude, the Zoomers don't even know about the Daytona song. Isn't that fucking insane? Like, Lil Z and Mars were like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, you don't know Daytona, USA? You don't know Daytona? That's fucking insane. How do people not know? You had to have been born too soon. Imagine such a fun-loving, whimsical song for such an acrid hole. Oh, good lord, that place. That place is a fucking nightmare. It's a PvP zone. One of the shittiest places in Florida, and that's in Florida, which is already pretty bad. By the way, all this stuff is gone. I couldn't believe it when I looked this up. There's no Ferris wheel. There's no roller coaster. That's all gone. I was right there on the beach. It's pretty bad. However, I will say I kind of loved it. I love shitty, god-awful beach towns. Trashy beach towns. I love that. I tweeted about this, too. This shirt, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean, right there. Right there. I was here. It was at Michael's on the beach. Swear to God. This shirt was here. Please tell me you bought it. Are you fucking joking? Where would I wear that? Daytona is a shithole, but it was kind of nice. Very pretty. You can do anything at night. EE went on the slingshot, which is what these two poles are. You go really fast up. Ate at a few dinner places. Yeah, I ate at Ocean Deck. I sat right in here. And as we walked in, a few people walked by, because I'm with a group with me, Charles, Little Z, Josh, Mars, Bam, EE, and I think that's it. And everybody else walks by, and then I walk by last, and the guy says, wait, are you Coney? And I'm like, yeah, I am. Me. I'm the guy that gets recognized. Didn't even notice Little Z. Crazy. Dude, Little Z didn't get stopped as much as I would think. At the event he did, but, like, out and about, not really. Although I shouldn't say that. I only got stopped once by this guy. I don't know why I'm saying that. Oh, yeah, we had these. These little placeholders, or the table centerpieces. Dude, we've been working on these for months. And we did not know if they were going to work, and I don't know how we shipped them out. They're pretty big. So they might just live in Florida now. Those look so cool. They did. They did. I'm really happy. A lot of the production that we tried to do at CEO worked out. Like I said, we had the new graphics. They have head-to-heads. We put these together. I was part of the team that helped, like, facilitate that, like, figure out what would be valuable to commentators. There's also a graphic for your run in the tournament, which I thought was really sick. Yeah, this rules, dude. Because, like, at least I don't have to bring up my fucking phone. Deal with the start.gg app, you know what I mean? I'm really happy with these. The PG Stats team popped off. They did a great job. I will say, I don't know if it's Florida or what. The fan meeting experience, one of the worst I've had. Most people were totally fine. Most people were totally fine, okay? I would say 95% of people were awesome, but some people got kind of weird. A guy followed me into the bathroom at one point. I was in the middle of emceeing, and what that meant was I got to do the fun thing where I have a microphone, and I say, here comes the player. There's me, looking dapper as hell, about to tell you who's about to play. So I have that microphone in my hand, right? I announce it, I put the mic down, and I run to the bathroom, and I'm, like, running. I'm, like, going fast. And as I'm running, somebody, like, tries to stop me. They're like, hey, Coney, can I get a picture? I'm like, hey, man, I'm really busy. I can't right now, but I can do it later. And they were like, oh, okay. And usually that's the end of it. But then they're like, how was your weekend? And I'm like, still walking to the bathroom. I'm not running. I'm like, you know, kind of fast walking. And I'm like, it's been good. I got to get back up there, so I'm going to go pee really quick. They follow me in there, and they're like, yeah, this is my first major. How are you liking it? How's your first major? Because now I'm locked in. Talked for a little bit. I really got talked at. They told me about their bracket experience. They went 1-2. But had a great time. Good for them. Listen, I'm not here's the thing. I feel like whenever I tell these stories, I don't want people to come away thinking that I don't like talking to people or I'm an asshole. You know what I mean? Or you can't, I'm unapproachable. What I want you guys to do if you meet me is come up, say you're a fan, say you're a viewer, say your name in chat if I know you. Like if I, you know what I mean? If I recognize you, I'll give you a hug. I always give hugs. And then we'll, and then you can tell me about your day, how you're liking the event and whatever. But this event was worse than any other event. I had people who were very, clingy. Me and Little Z were walking around the event a lot, and people were, like, following us, or, like, hung on to us. It was pretty bad. In case you guys didn't see, I was actually also backstage. Yo! What the fuck? Yo! Next level! It was very fun. I'm gonna try to do more of these when I can, because this was very fun. It was a good time. This finals, we gotta talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. I know, Resident Sleeper, I know. Probably one of the least exciting top 8s in a very long time in terms of viewer and, you know, stream experience. But I will say, the ability to play like Sonic's did for this long is fucking otherworldly. Like, Sonic's ability to keep this much endurance and patience over this time is absurd. And I don't think people are appreciating that enough. I think everybody sees Sonic and they're like, oh my god, you're just camping and spin dashing and sitting across the stage. Yeah, but do you know how hard that is? Genuinely, it's way harder than you think. And people think this is a meme. It's not. Finding your spot and where you're supposed to attack and like finding your moment against top players is way harder than you would think. I used to have streams where I would play Elite Smash and try to time people out. I can't do it. I literally can't do it. It's not in my blood. The fact that Sonics was able to do it and find his moments is, like, genuinely very impressive. I heard the crowd booing people a lot. I'm of a couple minds about it. On the one hand, it is kind of shitty and disrespectful, and I wish you wouldn't do it. On the other hand, it's a fucking crowd, dude. Kind of what you sign up for. I think crowds should be allowed to express their feelings. I think there's a point where it goes too far. I think after the set is, like, for the tournament being over, that's shitty. You can boo somebody while they're playing, but if the game's over, tournament's done, Sonics wins, don't boo the guy as he's holding up his belt. Try to have some level of respect for the guy that won the fucking tournament and how hard he played, because he played like crazy. But booing during games and, like, you know, while people are playing, I don't think it's necessarily that bad. I think people overstate it. What was that thing with Yanny flipping off the crowd? Oh, yeah. Please tell me. Oh, wait, hold on. This tweet's important, too. Got 129th as CEO, drowned, did very bad. Don't call this a John because it's fucked. I'm fine with the CFL crowd rooting for their boy. Then they just started personally attacking me for my looks. Yeah, that's fucked up. CFL crowd is apparently kind of shitty, which, that's not okay. I think these crowds start with noble intentions of just hyping up their boy and, like, talking shit and having fun. But in a big crowd, they're trying to one-up each other, and everybody's trying to say the crazier thing. And then you get some really bad shit. And I think that's too far. Right. Does anybody have the Yanny thing? Yanny is here playing Dominator. I think it's game 5. And we didn't have any matches to call, and we had a roaming camera. This is another thing we wanted to do for Panda Cup, is, like, catch the matches as they happen. So we get fed this match, and we're like, oh my god, Dominator versus Yanny, game 5, let's see what happens. And this happens.
Diamond, Yanny popping off. Oh, look at, oh no! Oh no! Yanny had enough, bro! In front of his dad? In front of Dominator's dad, bro?
Well,
yay! Yeah. Diamond.
So Dominator is a young guy. His dad is in the crowd. I think that's his dad right there. And so Yanny beats Dominator, flips off everybody behind him, including Dominator's father, on the Nintendo stream! An official Nintendo broadcast! Oh my god. Apparently all of these people were cheering against Yanny here. They were cheering for Dominator. And apparently, I saw a response somewhere. This was a timeout. He was trying to time him out. And he wasn't going to do it until the crowd started chanting. Here we go. Dominator would have won, but because the crowd was being anti-planked him and didn't care. So apparently Yanny said, fuck you guys, I'm going to do that. The crowd has a right to say that, but he has an equal right to respond in this way. No, I'm glad he did that. I just wish he didn't do that on a Nintendo broadcast. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, oh, geez. Oh, God. Also, a lot of people, okay. A lot of people were upset at the Panda Cup broadcast because we didn't say kill. Marth Slayer, yeah. I didn't know people were going to say Marth Slayer instead of Marth Killer, whatever. That eliminated, that KO'd. That's extremely funny. That's not something that came down from on high. I will tell you, I wrote the guidelines for the Panda Cup broadcast, and that was one of them. It was my decision. I just feel like if we're gonna go the Nintendo route, I just don't want to have that on that stream. That was you. Yeah, I did that. Now, to be fair, I've worked Nintendo events before, and I've said KO. So I know that that's something they like. But they didn't tell us to do it. I said to do it. I think ultimately what I'm trying to do with, like, setting guidelines and whatever is to expand this out to a broader audience. And that might mean a younger audience. Do I think that the difference between kill or KO matters? Absolutely not. I don't give a shit. I don't care. But other people might. So I'm trying to keep it kind of clean. But only for these events. Everything else can be the same. Do you think young kids are going to kill between kill and KO? No, but I think that people who make decisions are going to care because they think kids care. The parents care. You understand what I mean? Not about the kids. Coney thinking like a true business exec. You know what it is? I'm trying to think not like a smasher because I think it's easy to do that. I think it's so easy to think like a smasher and want things the way it's always been. I'm trying to think outside the box here. And if it's a bad decision, then it's a bad decision and we'll own it. I'll own it. I'm fine with saying I was wrong. The whole point of all this Panda shit, if I can, like, mask off for a second, the whole point of me joining Panda and working on all this stuff is to grow and provide opportunities in the long run that people in my position did not have. Smash has been such, like, a boys club, and it's been so hard to get into for people. It's been so difficult to put your foot in the door because you got to know a guy and you can't expand your skill set. There's no room for analysts because you have to be a caster, and when you're a caster, you have to be the hype guy and scream and yell because nobody cares if you don't yell and get Twitter clips. What Panda's trying to do is to establish opportunities and ladders for people to excel in different ways. So if you're a stats guy, there's PG Stats. Bobby Wasabi, right? He's a personality kind of now because he edits and he makes videos and he writes and he can film and he can do all that shit, and he has an ability to work on his craft in that way, and it gets expanded to people. That's the whole point of PG Stats in general, right? Honestly, dude, that eliminated is way funnier to me. People coming up with synonyms for killed is very funny. That exterminated, perished. Anyway, I forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, crowds. Yeah, crowds are going to be cringe. You can't really do anything about it. I feel like crowds should be allowed to be loud, but there is a very fine line between that and harassment. And they shouldn't be harassing, but, you know, fucking, what can you do? I feel like once esports get big enough, booing will be a thing. I know people hate it, but it's going to happen. I wonder what other esports are like. Dude, players hate booing because they're in the crowd, which totally makes sense. Like, they have to hear it right behind them. There's not, like, a stage they're on. If you're going to play Steve, you got to invest in some noise-canceling headphones. No question. Jake said I have noise-canceling headphones. You weren't wearing them in that set, I don't think. Yanni got to get in on that. Yeah. Use your tournament winnings. Speaking of tournament winnings, wait a minute. Well. $75 for 5th place. Ouch. So, HBox laughed at this, $75, which is, hold on, 75 divided by 3.5. I'm assuming HBox is a 3.5 sub split. Might be higher. I'm just taking a guess. That's 21 subs. He made 21 subs. Now, if you ever wonder why content creators don't go to tournaments, here you go. HBox has probably about 6,000, 7,000 subscribers right now. He can make that in 10 minutes. In fact, he can make that in 30 seconds if he starts his stream and says, I'm not doing anything until 100 subs. He will make that in 10 seconds. Now, to be fair, to be completely fair, Melee did not have a big turnout. 224. Kind of tiny, right? And I think it's $10 each. Yeah, first got $1,100. Woo. It was wild seeing people think that because CEO was a stop on the Panda Cup that it meant Nintendo was helping to fund the CEO prize pool. The money comes at the end of the Panda Cup. Now these 3 players, Plup, Magi, and Kem, will go on to the finals. That's where that is. If you think that there's going to be money at each of the stops that's dropped, that's not how this works. Dude, Jabali told me. Wait, you guys were there. When I was streaming, Jabali came behind me. He was like, did you see my quote retweet? I'm like, no. He was like, go look at it. First time chatter, what is your sub split? Why would you never ask a woman her weight? A woman her age, a man his salary, a streamer their sub split. I'm not allowed to tell you. I can't tell you that. Oh, did you guys see there was one quote retweet that bang. You play a kid's game. If you want a big boy check, go to college, pick up a trade. Read it? No, nice try. Nice try. I need an extension on Chrome just so I don't make a mistake. Like, I need an extension on Chrome to just filter that out. Are you likely to make that mistake? No, I'm saying if I read a word, it's like a fucking magical word from Harry Potter and my career is over. Isn't that unbelievable? If I fuck up one time, if I just read something and it just, dude, I gotta get an extension. Oh, it's just over. Regardless, this person said HBox should get a real job. And of course, HBox, in classic HBox fashion, quote, retweeted a normie. Why does he do this? Why does he do that, HBox? That poor woman has 1,400 followers. HBox has 312,000. Now, to be fair, this kind of is a fuck around and find out moment, right? Talk shit to the blue check mark. A blue check mark on Twitter should be like a fog wall. Don't go in there unless you are prepared for what lies before you. She wrote that tweet, she quote retweeted, walked through the fog door. Oh! Terrifying. Box the unsatiable. That's funny. Oh, also, Mars had a tweet that was the same as this one, but for Ultimate, and it was like 225. He also got 5th. So, you know, Melee's dead. Ultimate forever. All right, that's CEO. CEO was fun. Wait, the phone mid-set question? Which one? Oh, yeah. Should players look at their phone mid-set? You can't stop it. Not trying to be 1984. I get what you're saying. They don't want people to coach them on their phone. But, like, what are you going to do, right? Yeah, people are afraid that you could get coached on your phone in between games. Which, like, yeah, I guess so. But, oh, well. Oh, well. They're Googling what Mario does.